Gaise Baba recounts his journey into the music industry. 17th Headies Awards nominee in Best Inspirational Singer category, Gaise Baba recently opened up about his path into the music industry in an interview with Hip TV. The artist said that his professional music journey began in 2010, shortly after completing his youth service. His career officially kicked off when he was signed to Sanctified Records, a pivotal moment that he claimed set the foundation for his evolution as an artist. Since then, he stated that he remained dedicated to his craft, describing music as both a cleansing force and an all-consuming passion. Reflecting on his early days, Gaise Baba explained that although Sanctified Records supported Christian artists, it was not a traditional gospel label. Instead, it aimed to promote values-driven music without being confined to religious boundaries. He credited the label's leadership with having a progressive outlook, rooted in industry experience, but open-minded about faith and creativity.
Yeah, thanks. How did I get into the industry? That will be 2010. I just concluded my youth service. I did my national youth service 2009 to 2010, and as I was rounding off my youth service, I got the opportunity to be signed to a record label, and I took it. So I've been in the industry since then. I've not done anything else. I've been fully focused on music and music-related endeavors. I started as a musician, man, but the label that signed me was looking for a Christian artist to invest in. Even though it wasn't, I wouldn't categorically say it was like a gospel record label. Because the person who, interestingly, really funny, because the person who signed me used to be, I don't know what his role was, but it was a key top person at Smooth Promotions. Yeah, that's what the parent company is. Yeah, he was one who produced the Headies Awards in 2007. That Headies Awards that the band danced with Tower. It was Money X. So if Ayo Animashan watches this, he knows what I'm talking about.
Gaise Baba recently opened up about the inspiration behind releasing No Turning Back Part 2 and the decision to feature Lawrence Oyor on the track. According to him, the collaboration and the idea of the second version of the song were not part of a calculated plan. It was in fact Lawrence Oyor who first suggested it, he said. He said they met and began discussing music when Oyor expressed admiration for the original track. At first, Gaise Baba assumed he was referring to one of his songs, Elijah Level, especially since Oyor had previously featured Level's work on his platforms. However, Oyor clarified he was actually speaking about the newly released version of the song. He recounted being unaware that Oyor even knew the track, let alone connected with it so deeply. At one point, he said Lawrence had even made a playful voice note on his phone while listening to it, freestyling and joking around. That moment sparked a creative conversation, and it was Oyor who suggested that they work on something together. Gaise Baba emphasized that the collaboration wasn't the result of any promotional strategy or calculated remix effort. There were no formal plans or structured discussions about re-releasing the track or selecting a featured artist. Instead, he described it as a spontaneous and grace-filled moment, what he called an unforced redeeming of grace.
Okay, there's an original record, so there's No Turning Back that was released last year, July 2024. Why did I decide to do a remix or a part 2? To be honest, it's not like I decided. The answer to those two questions are together. So you see, why did I decide to do a part 2 and why did I decide to go for Lawrence Oyor? The answer to both questions is Lawrence Oyor suggested it. So we met and he was like, I love that your song. And I thought he was talking about Elijah Level, because I know he has used Elijah Level a couple of times on his page because his son's name is Elijah. So I was like, Elijah Level. He said, no, the new one. No Turning Back. And I'm like, you like that song? And I was shocked. And it was like, yeah, I really loved it. First day I heard it, I was in the UK, my friend was driving and played it, and I really loved it. The effect was short. And I even had some vibes. Like, I did a drop on my phone as I was listening to it, like freestyle. I said, let me hear it, send it to me. He says, let's do something about it. So he says, let's do something about it. He was the first to suggest that, right? And we're here. So it's not like, it was not strategy. It wasn't like, oh, we've done this song, okay, let's do a remix. Who should we put on the remix? it wasn't planned. It wasn't like, something like that. It was unforced rhythms of grace, if I call it that. It was unforced rhythms of grace.